So let recap. So what we discussed in the last 2 days regarding the SAP work process. So this is what we are discussing, right? So we have 7 work process, 2 services, 5 plus 2, right? So 2 are available in the ASCS instance, remaining 5 are available in the SAP application server, right? So we are discussing about the dialog update, right? We have discussed about these 2 work process we have discussed it. So dialog work process is responsible for to taking the user request, and processing the user request. To so for this we have to use SM50 and SM66 are the transaction codes for the dialog work process. Not only dialog, other work process also we can see the status. So what do you mean by status? So the status means, so same as like if work process is free, we can check the status is like wait status, wait, right? If something is running, user request is running means running. So sleep, stop, so error, right? So prive mode, so hold status. So hold means something is holding, like it is something, it is dependency depend on the other system, or it hold on the RFC some connections. It is in the hold status. Private mode means when the work process goes to, or the status is in the private mode, which means the work process is running out of the memory, out of the box. So then error, work process, some error, it got stopped, it is in the sleep mode, something like that. So we have the modes, we have the status of the all the work process here. So if all work process are running means, so which means no one, the next users, new users cannot log into the system. Why? Because the work process are dialog, especially for the dialog work process should be wait status. At least minimum one is free to pick up user request, right? So at the same time, we also discussed about the updating the records into DB level, database table level, updating the updates. So SM13 and SM14, these 2 are the related to the updates, right? This is what we discussed in the our previous class, right? So anyone, any questions here regarding this one? So anyone, any concerns, any questions here? Okay. So if nothing is there, then our next transaction code is for the, so dialog is completed, update is completed, NQ. So regarding the dialog, so minimum 2 dialog work process should be required. Minimum in the system, 2 dialog work process should be required. Update, one is enough. One is enough to process the updates. Suppose if something one is unable to handle the records and everything, why? Because multiple users, they will do the transaction, each transaction will go and update the DB level, table level. So if one is enough, then we can create the one more updates. So if the more minimum 2 or minimum 1 is enough. So if the updates also in the dialog work process also minimum two and maximum 100. So like that we can maintain in the systems, right? So if you have, so one work process, it will handle the, so 5 users, I guess. If 2, 10 users. So like that it will handle at a time these users. If you have more work process, more users will be logged in. But at the same time, each work process will occupy the some amount of memory and CPU. For CPUs, we will calculate as the SAPs. Some amount of load we will calculate as the SAPs. So here, memory is the main important. Each work process will occupy the, each work process will eat the some amount of memory. How we are eating some quantity of the food every day, same as like SAP resources. So how the food means how food is very important for humans, same as like the process which are running in the system. So that memory and CPU are very important for us, for humans. So water and food are very important, right? For our day-to-day tasks, our day-to-day life, the water and food are very important. So here also for the process. So we are living in on earth. So here also the process, the work process also humans for their earth. For their earth is system, operating systems. So base is the operating system. For their operating system, so the process are running, means it's are live. So for their water is the CPU, the food is the memory. Those are very important for them. When they don't have that much of food and water, immediately the process goes to dead status, means stopped status. Same for us as well. When we don't have enough, when we don't have enough food and water, then what will happen? You know very well, right? So that will happen in the our life, right? Same as like in the work process, like any process in the SAP side, that is also will happen here. So at the same time, so memory, when you are increasing the process means you should check the memory and CPUs as well. Same here as well, right? Update. So update also it's required. Then update we discuss, dialogue we discuss. Now we are discussing about the NQ mechanism, NQ work process. The transaction code for one Q work process is the SM12. SM12 is the work process. SM12 is the transaction code to check the NQ. NQ means locking mechanism. Locking mechanism. So which is available in where? In which instance it is available? Either ASS or application server. Where it is available? Anyone knows?
Central
Yes,
instance.
yes. Yes, yes, sir.
Yes, right. Exactly. Yes. So we already discussed about the architecture, right? The pictorial architecture, the overview of the architecture. So SAP, this is the DB. We can ignore it for now. So when you install the SAP, here the two instances are creating. One is the ASCS instance. Second one is the primary application server, ASCS and application server. First, we are installing primary application server. When you install the secondary, that is called the secondary application server, not like a additional application server, additional. So each ASCS is only one, DB is only one, our logon pad is only one, but application server we can install multiple application servers, we can install it. But by default, when you are installing, you will get this time. First, you will get the first time when you are installing, you will get the one ASCS, one PAS, one DB. But second time when you are installing, you won't get these two. Why? Because ASCS is only one and DB is only one. But only thing is application servers will be adding here to adjust the load. Why? Because each application servers we have the work process, right? Dialog, update, background, gateway, spool, same 5 set of work process, including we have the dispatcher. Each application server we have the other resources as well, dispatcher also, different dispatch for this one also. So we will get the this 5 work process, including dispatcher, IC man, and these two additionally it will come, right? These are the resources, right? These are the work process only. Same as like here also, same as like there also. So whenever you install the additional application server, you will get the additional things. Additional things means this 5 will come. So here also 5. So each instance will share the load between them. It will show the load and it will finish the user activity. Okay. So here ASCS contains message server, NQ server, right? NQ, locking mechanism. Suppose whenever user first connect to the ASCS instance, then ASCS instance that it will perform the load balancing and it will assign to the respective application server, either this one or either this one, it will assign to this. So whenever it is connecting here, then immediately whenever you open for anything for changes, immediately the NQ will lock. Why? Because to avoid other users to do changes at the same time, NQ will lock it. So why sir NQ should lock it? Why? Because you should have to finish your transaction successfully. You should have to finish your work task. So whatever it may be, you have to finish successfully, right? Changes in the system. Why? Because you are doing something in the system at the same time one more person is logged in, then he is also doing the some changes in the same table he is editing, something like that, some inconsistency will happen. Why? Because So changes you are doing, editing, you are doing some editing. The same time he is also editing. Both should not edit at the same time. One person is did, one person is done sometime, then immediately one more person should edit it. Otherwise, what happens in the table level, some inconsistency. Inconsistency means some differences will come. So SAP should not accept that type of inconsistencies. So that is the reason NQ, what will happen? NQ will lock who logged into the first, then NQ will assign the one lock entry to that person, then immediately it will lock it. So other users, suppose currently, so suppose Bhaskar is doing something like in the system. So I am also planning to do some same changes, same table I am also editing. It will not allow me to do. Why? Because it will show like the table, the transaction, something that record already editing by the some other person, Bhaskar. So don't edit it. You have the only read only access. So at the same time, same situation, same concept, same example. If I talk about, so suppose one bus ticket I am booking in the window seat, window 36, one bus ticket I am booking here, right? Window seat. I am trying to click add. So I selected the window seat. I am trying to do the payment. Another person also trying to book the same ticket. It will not allow him to show this ticket is already being processed or it's already booking by some other person. Some like that, it will show the some message. Why? Because the first person already booking the ticket, same seat is reserving, but I am also trying to reserve the same. It will not allow me. Why? Because he is trying to do something, but he once he cancels, after the some time when he refresh, the lock entry will get removed, then the seat is available again. That person can book it again, right? So that is the example. If you don't have the lock entry, this inconsistency mechanism, what happens? One window, so it multiple persons will book, right? Then finally we will fight in the bus, each other we will fight it, and who are the strong, they can occupy that seat. That will happen. So because of this reason, so system, the NQ workforce will provide, will lock the your system. So how it will happen here? So where can we see, sir? So let's see here. I'm logging to the SAP system here. You can see here I'm logging to the SAP system. Is this box? See here, I logged into the SAP system. Okay. Suppose I want to do some edit in the table. Suppose I went to the some other transaction codes. Normally I have opened the one more session. This is for the one more session opening the new window. This is for the new window. This is the printing option, print options. This is the find button. This is the find. Suppose you want to set something. So Control F, we will find it, right? Same as like here also. So suppose SM12 is for the locking mechanism. So here we can remove the client name or username. If you want to search specific person, you can search it out. If you ignore empty, then you will get the all the things, you will get it out here. All the things means, so all the persons. So here you can see the lock entry here. Here you can see the lock entry. When he opened the lock entry 7:14, our system time 7:14, I have opened the lock entry here. So that is the reason it is showing the lock arguments, and E means exclusive lock. The exclusively the lock is assigned. There are some types of locks are there, scheduled lock, exclusive locks, and everything. System will decide and will assign it. You no need to assign the, so you no need to do any actions here. Just system will assign it. Okay, you no need to perform anything. So why these lock entries are exist here? You can see here I am editing, but I'm going to the next screen. I have opened the home screen. Then when you refresh, the lock entries will get removed. Why? Because I am not booking the ticket now. I am not doing anything in the changes in the system. That's the reason you can see no lock entries here. Suppose here in the system, I went to the SMLG transaction code. Just if I click on the OK button, I am doing something like I'm trying to add some, so RFCs. Suppose like I'm trying to add the some groups, it will come as part of our course. This transaction also will come. So I'm trying to do something. I have not saved. But when you go to the lock entry, it will show the lock entry here, right? So I am the one more person. I am the one more person. Let me log in with the other user. Why? Because I am doing the some changes in the system. One more person. I am logging with SAP Star and going to the same transaction, right? So I am going to the SMLG. Now it will show the error message. Information it will show. Pass. So the particular person already is currently locked, is doing something. Only you have the display, but you cannot go ahead and do the changes in the system. Why? Because the person already doing some changes in the table or some changes in the system. You cannot directly go ahead and only if you want to see, just only display. We have only display. So if you want to see, you can see, but you did not get the, you did not, so you should not get the change button here until I commit here, until, so I have opened for changes, I have not saved it. So even you can see the lock entry as well here, even you can see the lock entry as well. So the lock entry also here available, right? So here, if I go ahead and click on this copy button, done the changes, I done the changes, then I went it back. I saved it. My transaction, I saved it. My changes are saved. So once the saved, immediately the update work process will go immediately. It will go update into the records, table records. It will update it. But here, so it's my update is active already. So that is the changes are available. If I go lock entry here, just click on the refresh. There is no lock entry here. So I logged in with other user, right? Then go back. Then again, you can edit it. You can go ahead and you can do the some changes here. So which means at a time only one person can do the changes. Some type of changes you can edit it. So some type of changes you can edit it at a time. Only one person can edit it at the same time. So one more person is trying to do same. System will throw the message like some other person already doing the some changes in the system. You cannot directly go ahead and do the changes. That type of so information it will show here, right? So that is the thing of the SM12 here. Okay, got it? Any questions from anyone here regarding the NQ locking mechanism? So what we have to check it, sir, as a day-to-day basis, as a basis consultant, what we have to check? So in the system, we have to check here, are there any lock entries which are older than 24 hours? Suppose I have opened the system, I got one phone, then I just locked my system. Then I went to my shift is also over. Then I went next day I was on leave. Next I went to the so hometown. Like but still my system is active. Still my things are active. Everything is active. My things are active. But so one more person you are in the off. One more person you want to do the changes. Then you want to do the some changes in the system. So but here you want to do the some changes in the system, but you cannot do the changes. Why? Because the other person who who are on the leave, he already opened the session, he went outside, right? Actually, you should close it all the sessions properly, you should log out and you should go to the vacation. But unfortunately, he missed it out, he got the phone, he stopped it, then immediately he went out. But the sessions are very already live. The sessions when he opened SMLG, that session already live, and when I'm trying to add it, I'm getting this button. When I'm trying to add it, I'm getting this button. So I cannot do until it come and everything. So that time we can come to the here, we can see the lock entry here. When he is opened, 719. So as per our SAP, as per our organizational policy, as per our organizational policy, our company, the client team which is defined, if any lock entry which are older than 12 hours or 24 hours, we can directly go ahead and remove the lock entry, but take the approval from your manager or team lead saying that, okay, this user is not available, is not active, is already offline, even though somehow the lock entry still exists here. Can I go ahead and remove it? He told that ping with the user. You can just check with the user. User is not available, is not responding to the phone calls as well. Then you can directly go ahead and here just kill the lock entry. We can kill the lock entries here. We can kill the lock entries here. Then I remove the lock entry there. Here. Remove the lock entry. This is the way we have to do, we have to take the action here. So every day when you join your ship as part of your monitoring, this is the one of the monitoring transaction code. You have to go to the SM12, check the SM12, check the lock entry here. If there are any lock entries which are older than 24 hours or 12 hours, you should report to your management or your lead. So check with them whether it can be removed. So yes, it can be removed means then you can, so you can remove it. You can remove it. That is the thing we have to do it. That is the thing you have to do it. So if you are not removed, if you are not removed, then during your business days, whenever the user wants to change during the business time, so you want to do some changes, so you cannot do. Why? Because that user is already done. Then we lost one transaction from the end users, right? That is the impact will happen. So that is the reason, that is the reason we should, that is the reason we should so carefully do the our monitoring part, right? So that is the so thing we have to check in the SM12. Okay. So the next one is for the background jobs. Okay. Background jobs. So before I go for the background job administration, we have other transactions as well, right? So suppose like ST22 above dumps. So system above dumps, we can runtime errors or above dumps, we can check in the system. So above dumps, if you go to the ST22 here, here we will check the dumps. Dumps means runtime errors. So today, are there any critical runtime errors are occurred or not? Yes, there is a one system core dump error occurred. So what about the yesterday? So we can see two errors are occurred. Every day the system core dump is occurring. So then we can have to take the action. Then second one is the syntax error. Some syntax error in the program, one of the program. So which means this is related to the program errors means some above team, development team they have to. Why? Because programs. So they have to write the programs and coding, right? So they will correct it. They will correct it. So there is correct it. So from our side also we can see, so what is this dump is for? Is it really impacting the system? It's a multiple dumps are generating, then open the dump here. Then how to do that this dump analysis here? We go to the system environment here, in which system, what is the rebel, and you can see the what is the SAP database terminal, where the other all the memory consumption, everything you can see client user, what is the transaction is using the some SA38. There is a this is the transaction ID. So what is the program is executing all the information. The termination, you can see the information on where the it is occurred. So you have the all the information here to analyze the dump. You have the all the information in the ST22. So when this dumps occurs in your so SAP system means it's a lot of programs code written, right? So above team, they will return it. Sometimes there is a bugs in the program or it will throw the errors here. Some timeout errors, it will throw the timeout error. Some uncaught exceptions, it will throw the dumps here. How can we know system is having issues or not? By going to the ST22 transaction code, here we can check the, so are there any issues in the system or not? We will check in the ST22 transaction code here, right? ST22 transaction code. So here dumps we will find out some core dumps, syntax errors, timeout error, DB error, program errors, right? So some space, shared memory, like a lot of dumps will come in the system. Based on that, we have to take the action here, right? Based upon the system behavior. Suppose if I talk about the syntax error, I will go to the here. First of all, I will analyze it. So what happened exactly? There is a program above program. Normally this program errors, right? So the developers will take care of this one. We have to inform them. So what happened actually exactly? There is a above program. This is a above program. SAP LALDB had terminated because of the statement could not be executed. In the line number 0 of the program, there is a include CRT001. So syntax error has been means some program is not correct. It's not compatible according to the program attributes. Is not compatible to the our kernel. So attributes. So you can go to the here, correct the program by running the syntax checks. We have to run it. So we are not going to take the any action here. So we have to inform to the our developers. So how to correct the error? Then information on where the error got occurred, source code extract. If you scroll down here, you will see here there is a line number 57. In the line number 57, we got this error. Else, if very program is equal to space, not selected table, something like that, we can see here. But this we are not sure why, because developers responsibility. This is the purely the developers, they have to correct the line number 56 here. They have to correct something here, they have to correct it here. So they have to correct this line. So that we are not aware of, we don't require that much of in-deep knowledge to correcting the programs and syntax errors. So this we have to take care. So this we have to just inform to them. Just I'm showing how to do the analysis of these dumps and how to fix it. Why? Because during the interview point of time, they may ask you questions like, so you see the some dumps in the ST22. So how to analyze it? So when you just click on the when you click on the dump, it will open the one tree structure in the left side. Based on that, we have to investigate it. If it is this is a system core dump, right? So in which environment this is occurred, what is the user, what is the kernel release, all the information you will see here, right? You will see the all the transaction ID, all the information. This is also like the termination occurred in the program. This is the program kernel version. So what is this one exactly? In which line it is occurred? What is the program? It is occurred in the 20, 20 to 21 line. Something like call some SSF ABAP service. This dump is occurred. What is this SSF ABAP service here? So this is the program. If you double click it, you will get the information. What is this exactly? So the fields. Again, it's like some functional mode it's referring. So we need to inform them. So otherwise, something like some dumps are related to the our kernel. Why? Because the programmers also cannot. It's like some kernel faults. In that case, we have to update our system kernel to the latest versions. We have to update it. So, or we need to check what is that fix. We have to do that one. So, like that, we have to take that decision, and so proper analysis we have to do. And so normally it's a core dump. Core dump is generated. It's like internal kernel error. Kernel error means SAP during the system installation, we will do the kernels, right? That kernel having some error, internal error. That is the reason we got this dumps. So immediately, maybe in the next version, they have fixed this dump, so that we have to update our kernel to the latest version. The kernel which we updated is the 1000, maybe 1001, 1100. There's a new kernel is released. Maybe in that patch level, they have fixed this type of situation. So answer to our question, why they are releasing to the new versions means to fix this type of bugs, right? To fix this type of bugs in the systems. So that is the reason they are releasing the new one. They will fix this issue. They will release the new version. So immediately we have to update it. We have to update our transactions and everything. We have to update. This is the way we have to analyze the dump. This type of dumps we can find out in the ST22 transaction code. ST22 transaction code. Okay, got it? Any questions from anyone here? Okay, if not, then I can move on to the next transaction code, SM21 system logs. Okay, this is for the system logs, not the dumps. System logs means whatever here you are doing in the system, everything will be recorded here. So you have to go to the SM21 transaction code. You have to go to the SM21 transaction code. Just check from which time onwards, from which date onwards, from which last 1 hour, you have to check the your system behavior, how the mass system is running now. So it will not throw any alerts or errors or something here. Just it will say you need to go to the system, you need to check where I have to go. Sir means SM21 is the transaction code. Here I want to check what happened in the last 1 hour. So just go to the then just click on the execute button. Then you will see the dump. Oh, what is this? It's a Thai characters. So something wrong here, something wrong in the system. You can see, so some missing text in the something like in the language part, something is wrong here. That's why you can see some wrong behavior. So something like we can see the some wrong behavior at your talk time. The timeline is also different. It's Thai characters, Thai Chinese language. Someone or something is happened in the system. You can see what happened exactly here. So previously in the 721, we deleted the lock entry. During our class, we discussed about the locking mechanism, right? That time we have deleted the locks and everything. So that entry also deleted, lock entry deleted manually, lock entry deleted manually. Who deleted this user? Who is the client? This person. That time which work process helped you to process your request. What is the application server? What is the date and the time? So all the information got recorded, which means so we can easily trace it. Who deleted my lock entry, right? Suppose not now. So I want to check 10th what happened in our system. On 10th, something is happened in our system, right? It got crashed actually. I think Wednesday, yeah, got crashed. We should check what exactly happened on the 10th. So when you check here, so we got everything is okay. It started. Then you can see here something like invalid parameter, some ports, something connection to message server established. So something like update deactivated, activated again. So 11th, yesterday or day before yesterday. So we discussed about on 11th, I think, yeah, 11th only. Someone like who logged into the SAP star user, someone logged into the SAP star, then he deactivated the update and he activated the update, deactivated the update, activated the update, means they have tested it, I guess. Update got terminated. Then we can see everything here. You can see here when got the dump occurred.
Me only question.
No problem. That's the thing actually. You perform, that is a good one. Why? Because you generated the some logs. Excellent. So excellent. That is fine. So because you should practice it, you have practiced it. That is the great thing. So like that, you can see you practiced it well, and but you are not sure, right? So my entry got deleted or not sure, but it's recorded here. In the system, it's recorded. Everything got recorded. So if it is impacting the business, so the people will escalate to your manager. So because of this time you did something, so something they got the some business impact, something is happened for their side, immediately the functional people or users, they will get escalate. Okay, so so but one person in your team, maybe SAP star, if I will take it my name. So Ravi is the one of the person during this time. So he did something in the update. Because of this reason, my transaction got delayed. So my transaction got delayed into the database level. I got some loss, something like that. He will report. Immediately our manager will scold us, right? Why you did this, something like that. That is the reason. So be careful when you are doing this type of actions. Immediately you need to get the approval from manager and you need to do this type of activities. Why? Because we can say manager knows. Why? Because so we have to, in the situation to deactivate it, we have deactivated, activated, something like that. So that is the reason. If you are doing anything in the system, definitely you need a approval. Means you need to inform to the higher management. So once he is okay, then you can do. That is the process you have to follow in the organization when it comes to. Okay. Hello. So this is the way we need to check the system logs and above dumps. So these are also as part of our day-to-day daily monitoring activity to check the dumps and system log. If you find some abnormalities here, it's not loading. So if find some abnormalities in your system, then immediately we need to report to the, so we need to fix that errors and dumps in the system. That is our duty of the, as a basis consultant, duty of the basis consultant. We need to check it out, that part. Okay. So we can stop it for today. We can stop it for today. I have some like some network issue. I connected through mobile. You will get some disturbance. Okay. So we discussed up to 3. We discussed. You can practice it. That's to that the NQ and this 2 you can discuss. You can practice it. This 2 and remaining we'll see whether the evening hours or not evening hours. Tomorrow only we will connect it, and more time you can spend it tomorrow. Then we can complete all these things and everything. Okay. Is it okay for everyone?
Okay.
Yeah. So sorry for that one. Immediately the power is gone. So I connected through mobile. You may get some disturbances. So that is the reason. So I'm stopping here.